Well, the situation in Mexico appears to be improving. The ripple effects from the cartel violence we've seen may just be beginning. Barry Prentice, director of the University of Manitoba Transport Institute, joins me now to discuss that. Barry, good to speak with you.
Nice to be here.
Well, we know flights resume today. Flight routes and schedules will likely not return to normal anytime soon, will they?
Well, again, it's back to the passengers, and if people are nervous, they may cancel or go someplace else. So, yeah, I think there will be some issues.
You know, Mexico has really become known for its, resort sanctuary brand. How much damage do you think the violence we've seen unfold on the streets has done to that brand?
Yeah, it's a really hard question. I don't think people should worry too much about going to the resorts. Again, they are, separated out. You don't really see that many people from Mexico, and I don't think any of the gangs are going to try and do anything in the resorts themselves. So you're probably very safe there. The only place where I would say that there might be concerns would be leaving the airport if you're going singly, in a taxi and so on. That there is some concern about the security of that. But again, depend on what the resort and their conditions are.
How quickly can some of the math when it comes to these trips change after something like this? I imagine insurance premiums are going to take a hit.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people may be putting cancellation insurance on their airplane tickets, and that may be a good idea if you're nervous about where you're going. I think, it depends where you're going. The Caribbean has been much more tranquil, certainly in the Yucatan. We've had a couple of instances at what they call the Mexican Riviera, but not very many, and certainly on the West Coast. In fact, this disturbance we've had now is the first I've seen in several years. So I don't think that this is something we should get over excited about.
An interesting topic, though, because with the reluctance to travel to the U.S., what we've seen happen in Cuba as of late, and now Mexico on top of this as we, approach the very busy March break, spring break travel plans of Canadians. Do you think this is going to reshape the Canada-Mexico travel that we've become used to seeing at this time of year?
No, I don't think so. I think, people are pretty much set in where they're going. Obviously other places like the Dominican Republic have done well, and Costa Rica seems to be rising as a location. I've even heard people talk about Peru as a place to go. But I think by and large, if people are sort of planning sometime ahead and they have a reservation, I think they'll follow through.
Well, Barry, I want to thank you for your time tonight and weighing in on this as we watch everything develop in the days that follow. Great speaking with you.
Well, very nice. The one thing I would say that, people may be concerned about would be traveling across Mexico, like going on sort of a bus trip, because obviously this is where the gangs may set up roadblocks, and that could be dangerous. So I think if you're just going from the airport to the resort, you're probably fine.
Yeah, maybe just change your plans of what you think your vacation might look like, at least at this point in time. Thanks again, Barry.
Right you are.